Ham. When was the last time your game hit the gym? I'll be honest, your game's looking a little weak over there with those lack of lifts. Don't you want your Steam wishlist to be absolutely jacked? Maybe you're wondering if that new feature you added can handle the pressure of 100 reps without breaking. I mean, how can you tell if your game can do any of these things without hitting the gym? Alright, I'm over this skit. Today we are diving in how to set up a prototype gym to test out our games. Whether you are tweaking AI or trying out new mechanics, a prototype gym can be your secret weapon in producing faster iterations and testing out new features efficiently. So what exactly is a prototype gym? Think of it as your game's personal training room, a separate scene in Unity where you can test out everything. You can fill the room full of items, mechanics, AI, or whatever other features you've crammed into your future quadruple A game. Once you've thrown things together and have some foundational features in your gym, you can then start testing, experimenting, and iterating on your design of your game in a very safe environment without fear of totally destroying your core game. Now, why is the gym so crucial? It's simple. They allow you the freedom to do a bunch of useful things without investing too much time implementing it all into your core game. It also allows you to experiment with new features and see how they interact with all the core things that you've established already. You can test out performance and make sure the new additions aren't too costly, and it can also give you a safe space to iteratively design at a faster pace. So you want to add exploding shrimp to see if it would be a fun mechanic? Throw it into the prototype gym and see if it's fun. Spice things up by adding a game that shoots chickens and see if it's more overpowered than your guns that shoot bullets. Plain and simple, the prototype gym is your ticket to fun and fast game design and iterations. Now, it's not just about adding iterative design and seeing if it's fun, it's also about testing out all your mechanics and making sure when you add a new thing, you're not breaking everything entirely. The main idea being is you want some core features or mechanics that you know are already working together in your game that you should be in your core game, and then you can add new things and just make sure that they do not shatter the foundation that you've already established. Now, setting up the gym in Unity is pretty straightforward. You just start by creating a new scene. This is an isolated environment from the rest of your game that will be your testing grounds. Here you can add basic platforms, obstacles, and any other elements that you would find to be crucial for your experiments. Now, I'm just trying to create a quick little video here as an example of how to make a prototype gym, because I think it's pretty straightforward. But as an example, you can look at any popular VR toolkit, and every single one of these has used a prototype gym as a way to showcase how their tools work and what features are in it. Now, thanks to this scene and this prototype gym, you can see we're able to hop into the asset and test things out and see how everything works in a singular environment without having to implement everything ourselves. In this example, I am using Hurricane VR, and as you can see, all of the different mechanics they've left out for us to play with. You can shoot an arrow and see how that's working. Here's a gun that seems to work like a gun would work. We have hammers and swords that you can throw around. You get the point. This whole entire sandbox is set up to test out all the mechanics that are offered in this asset. From a selling an asset standpoint, it makes perfect sense to have something like this. You want to show the customer everything you have to offer and how all the mechanics are working together. For some reason, when we start to develop games, we never build a gym for ourselves, which is kind of silly. Don't we want ourselves to see how everything is working in relation to each other in our own games? Now, since Hurricane VR already has this scene set up, if we wanted to, we could take some of these items in this toolkit and start extending out their functionality to test out what's going on in this scene. That way we know pretty quickly that anything that we have added to it, when we test it out in this scene, we'll know in no time that, yeah, it's either working or it has broken everything, or the feature's not even fun and it's a big nothing burger. So hopefully this convinced you to go out and build yourself a gym for your game. The benefits far outweigh the time that it takes to implement it, and it will help you iterate faster, see if your core mechanics are working together, and also allow you to discover bugs that you never noticed before. So, yeah, I'm gonna go hit the gym now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!